Okay, welcome back everyone. Martin here. And welcome to the behind the scenes look at the Pi Day 2022 album. So what you're looking at, well, you're looking at the cover art. It's a Wallis sieve. It's like a Sierpinski carpet. It's a kind of a fractal type thing. But it's a slightly different take on how you divide the square. In the Wallis sieve, you take your square and you divide it into 3 by 3 grid. You punch out the middle grid. You take each of those 9 squares or 8 that are left and you punch them out in a 5 by 5 grid. You punch out the middle and off it goes. And you can calculate pi from the area of the black ink, which is pretty cool. So the title of the album is 314, a number of notes, because we're playing a number of notes, and it is notes of a kind of number. So Greg is responsible for all of the music you're going to hear. He is the composer extraordinaire. Emma, who can't be with us today because she's in a completely different city, country, and continent, has provided her skill as a poet and an artist. She came up with the idea of using the Wallis sieve. And I'm the Sibelius slave who is trying to lay the music out and drive some of the concept stories behind the math. So there are 6 tracks on the album, and we'll have a separate video looking at each track. We will begin at the beginning, which is a great place. And of course, then we will come to the end and stop. 264 are the last 3 digits of pi. Ironically said, there is a story about the Feynman Point, which has figured in my Pi Day art quite commonly. The Wallis Product is the one track that does not encode the digits, but actually encodes an equation with which you can calculate pi. Each one has a different personality in terms of the inspiration of the composer. Greg, do you want to say a couple of things about the styles behind each of the tracks?
Sure. So as the project kind of progressed, we realized that it was a kind of a pedagogical aspect to this album. So each of the pieces is kind of modeled on a type or a style of piano music composed in the 20th century. So we've got influences from Eric Satie.
So Eric Satie will be NN.
Correct.
So that's like his Gnossiens, right?
Yeah. Like his Gnossiens.
Yeah.
We've taken inspiration from Pierre Boulez, Karl-Heinz Stockhausen for the first piece, looking at aspects of multiple serialism. For the Feynman Point, I can't really say this properly, but Ligeti, his Musica Ricercata is inspiration for the Feynman Point. The Wallis Product is hugely influenced by Steve Reich and the Minimalists. NN we've talked about is Satie. The null is referencing American composer Morton Feldman. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, because when we started talking about this project, the first thing Greg said is we need to have a piece that's just like Morton Feldman.
Sure.
And I caved in.
And you're like, who's that?
Who's that? And how do I listen to his work? Yeah. Okay. And then 264, which is the end.
It's the end of the piece, and that was deriving influence from jazz pianists.
Right.
Jazz pianists from the 20th century.
A nice bebop ending.
Yeah.
Well, so let's look at the first score, 314, and geek out on some music.
And math.
And math.